Hey guys, Steven here, Fanatic Perspective. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay out there. I think we are all good up here. Odd Future, what is up? What's going on, Texas Longhorn family? I expect Tran to join me here soon, so stand by there. But yeah, we're going to be doing a live preview today with you guys. I want to share notes, want to compare notes, want to talk through all of this with you guys on our matchup here today, or this Saturday, I should say, Texas versus Georgia. ZT Sports, what's up, Roel? What's going on? How we doing? How we doing? I think we got Tran here now, so let me see if I can add him in. Give me a sec, y'all. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, Tran, you there?
I am. What's going on?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good, good. Ready to talk some ball. Ready to talk some ball. Texas, Georgia. Uh, Texas is. We opened as a 6.5 point dog. I think it's down to 5.5, depending on the sports book. Um, Obviously, we're ranked number 10. They're ranked number 5. Georgia being 8-1, Texas being 7-2. Derek Wisner, what's up? Hookem, good to see you here, brother. Joseph Medina, good to see you. AJ, good to see you. Before we get started on ball, because I want to get Tran and just your initial thoughts on this matchup, kind of this fun journey that Texas has been on this season to get to 7-2 and to be in this position where they still control everything. But in all seriousness, I haven't. I've been struggling to make a video regarding, and I'm switching gears, so just bear with me for a second. I've been struggling to make the video regarding Marshawn Nealon and him tragically passing away and taking his own life. That has not sat right with me over the last week. Um, I know I've been doing my UT content. You guys have seen me pump that out, but that really bothered me. I had a conversation with my high school football coach, who's a big Texas fan or a big Cowboys fan, and discussed that. And the last video I had, you know, after the Cardinals Monday night game, I was really frustrated. I was really upset, and everything we talk about on this channel, number one, we are here. It's football related, right? This is Fanatic Perspective. We're here to vent and talk as fans, but it's about what goes on the field, right? Off the field, these people are human beings. These players are human beings, and people got a lot of stuff going on. Marshawn Nealon, it was announced today. His girlfriend, I believe her name is Catalina. They set up a foundation for her because they're pregnant, and that guy's gonna have a kid in this world, and so just thinking about it, Tran, what was he, 24 years old?
Yeah.
um I mean, it's a lot. I'm not trying to down the mood or anything here, but I just want to say, those who, if you're here for a distraction, let us be that distraction for you. Let us talk as friends. If you want to reach out and you just want to vent, I know I'm a person on the internet, and we've talked about this before about online friends versus friends online,
hmm
right? And those type of things. But in all seriousness, um, I, I I just want to make sure that I say something about that because um, mental health definitely matters, Riley. It's important, and everything regardless of how the Cowboys perform, they're human beings, and that really hurt me. It really hurt. Um, and I'm not gonna be here to be the guy here to say, oh, they need to rally the rest of the season and play out of their mind for Marshawn and blah blah blah. Like, they lost a brother, they lost somebody. Like, that's not fair, right? And so let football be the distraction. Let that be a healthy distraction, if you will. But same with Texas. I mean, we've lost guys here at Texas. Jake Ellinger comes to mind.
Mhm.
Um, the Cowboys, we haven't lost anybody, I think, since Jerry Brown in 2012, but it sucks. So just wanted to start off with that note because I have not made the Marshawn Nealon video. And it's been really difficult for me to talk about it, to be honest with you. So I just feel better getting that off my chest, Tran. Thank you for listening to me as a friend. I know if I've had a rough day today, so just getting that off my chest. But now I'm ready to talk ball. Quentin with the super chat. Thank you, sir. 24-21 Texas. Give it to God, brother. Give it to God. No, thank you. Tran, what's on your mind, man? How you feeling about this matchup? Are you excited or what?
I'm pretty excited. Like, I was looking at the thing that blows my mind is I don't know how they rate strength of schedules, but if you think about it, if Texas ends up going to the SEC championship, and that's a big if, of course, they will have played at the time on their schedule 5 top 10 opponents, and we're still like ranked number 13th for strength of schedule. Like that just means our other opponents are just dog shit. Like, it's like complete. Does that what it means? Like I don't get that. Like
I think the more we go on in this sport, especially with the playoff committee, I mean, look at the flip flopping with the AP poll, for example. To your point, we moved ahead of OU this week in
wow.
the AP poll. We neither of us played. What changed?
We smacked
You
them
know,
around though. I do remember. I do recall that. I
what'd you
do
say?
recall that. I do recall us smacking them around though. Like
Oh no, no, no. I'm with you. I'm with you. But why were they ahead of us one week and then the next week they're not ahead of us? We didn't play. Neither of us played. Nothing changed. You know what I mean? Like, no, because some people will argue that we don't have any top 10 wins because those teams are not currently ranked in the top 10 right now. I will argue that we have two top 10 wins.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
We
because
knocked them out of the top
if
10.
I knocked you out of the top
Yeah.
10, that's the top 10. Like, I counted at the time I played you.
Yeah.
But I understand other people are like, well, does Oregon get a top 10 win for beating Penn State at that time? Because Penn
Yes.
State's ass now.
I don't
Like,
care.
does it?
Yes. Yes, they do.
So, as long as whatever you count is consistent to me, um, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think it's also that this is why people like our friend Brandon, who's been on this channel many times, and I'm so surprised that Brandon has not figured out his schedule to get on here and spread propaganda about A&M, considering the season that he's had. Just so people know, Tran, you can attest to this. Brandon is on cloud nine right now.
He should be.
He should be. He should be.
Should be.
But like, I just surprised that he has not. Like, I've offered, just so y'all know, and Tran was in the group chat. I have offered multiple times for him to come on here. He is a busy man. I get it. Kids change your life, but
He's a superstitious man. That's what it is.
that's what it is.
That's
He
what it
knows
is.
once he comes on.
It's not. It's like I haven't been on all year. We're doing good. Let's keep it as is.
You're right. It is a superstition. It is a superstition thing. But anyway, nah. Exactly, Derek. He
Exactly,
doesn't.
Derek.
He
Yeah,
doesn't want to
exactly,
jinx
Derek.
it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to jinx it. I don't blame him. He's very superstitious.
Yeah.
Brandon's one of the most superstitious people I know. Anyway, getting back to the Texas conversation, all I know is the whole strength of schedule argument does not apply this season. Whether we're third, however you look at it, it actually breaks our way favorably because we need to play these games to book our ticket to where we want to go, right? And so when I said when we came into Q4, we're going to play 3 of our last 4 games against top 10 teams, opportunity knocks.
Mm-hmm.
So far, you beat one of them.
You're one to know. Yeah.
You're 1-0. right? Now you got a bye week to get a couple more people back. Now we go to Athens. So I want to talk about Athens, right? Because let's consider context here, right? It's a big game for Georgia. This is Georgia's last SEC game, regular season game, because they play. Remember, they always finish the year with Georgia Tech, so their SEC schedule starts earlier than everybody else's. So Georgia already has played 7 SEC games.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, this is their last SEC game at home. Okay, so we still have 3 more SEC games,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, but also considering, you know, how good Georgia has been. D Wees, you're right there with me, man. Georgia's probably been the most productive team in the second half of college football of all these games. And I want to give flowers to Kirby Smart because when you understand how good an opponent like this is, you pay your respect to the opponent through preparation.
Yes.
And Kirby Smart, one of the reasons why I think Georgia's had a lot of success against Texas the last couple of years, or the last year, I should say, not a couple of years, the last year, is they have prepped for Texas like a playoff game. Last year, coming to Austin, both Michael Williams and Jalen Walker, when they went on their Bulldogs podcast, they said they had the best week of practice they had all season coming into that week. They were locked in. They were screaming at everybody in practice all week, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. They came in with a couple extra wrinkles that we hadn't seen on film. Y'all know what they did in Austin. We came back prepared in the SEC title game. I thought we played physical. We matched their physicality. Quite frankly, we had opportunities to win. Kicking game was an issue. But I still give credit to Georgia and Kirby Smart. They lose their quarterback last play of the half. They come out with Gunnar Stockton, completely different type quarterback, a Gunnar Stockton at that point who had limited experience, and they turn around and run the football on us with Trevor Etienne at the time. And they turn around and run a fake punt on us with no punter in the game. Details like that get you beat. Again, that's the type of stuff, that's championship level stuff that Georgia brought to the table last year. Tran, I'm curious to see this year what lessons has Texas and Steve Sarkisian learned with these rosters are very different from where they were in 2024, both teams. But I'm curious to see our level of preparation for 4 quarters, especially in the second half of this football game.
Uh, for me, I love Steve Sarkisian in the underdog role. You have to remember both games last year we were the favorites for both of them. Like so, Kirby was like,
Yeah.
we even watched the game. I forgot who they played before us, but I think it was Kentucky, where it's like a 13-12 game, and we're like, man, this doesn't look like Georgia. And you and I, after we saw them play us, I was like, I think they overlooked Kentucky and then prep for us for 2 weeks completely, and then just by the keys of the defensive assignment that everyone had, but those guys are gone. That's the thing. I think it's a little bit different game, especially when you are the favorite. You're supposed to win. Texas is quote unquote a down year. This isn't the same type of defensive line that I've seen Georgia normally have. I think I think their whole team altogether has like 10 or 11 sacks only. And this may be one of Trans like pull stats out of his ass thing. But I recall last week watching him that they were saying that
I mean, going into the game against Mississippi State, they were 132nd in the nation in sacks. So I can pull that up real quick. I mean, I'll just say this: like their pass rush grade, so not even sacks, but their pass rush that includes pressures, right? What type of heat you get on the quarterback? Like as a team, this is as a team. Now this is however you
11.
want to take
Quinn said 11. Quinn said
pro.
11.
They have 11 sacks this year. Okay, so Because and the reason why we're keying on that is because that's we're looking for matchups advantages, right? And when I look at their pass rush grades on defense, their best game so far graded out at a 70 versus Austin P week 2. Texas is like juxtapose that to our defense, which is arguably the best pass rushing defense in the country. We're grading in the 80s, like comfortably. Every game is like green for pass rush. Georgia's Georgia's pass rush is orange and yellow, like it's a bunch of all these SEC games. 59 grade, 60 grade, 56 grade. Florida game, pass rush grade was a 49. They're not getting pressure. They're not getting pressure. Now, that does not mean that their defense is
Oh
bad.
no, no, I
This
did
is
not say that at
no,
all.
no, no.
Like,
You didn't.
okay, okay.
You
No,
didn't. You
I
didn't.
want to put that out there. Like I did not say that they were
No,
bad.
you didn't. No, 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 no. I want to clarify. You're talking specifically about their pass rush
Pass. Yes.
and getting to the quarterback. That's all you were talking about. What I'm emphasizing here though for the listeners and people that may have not have watched Georgia the way we watch Georgia every week because it's Kirby and we watch ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we try to watch all the best teams. So we've watched a lot of Georgia this year. Their defense is still outstanding.
Yes.
Let me make that explicitly clear.
Yep.
Their defense is they're grading amazing against the run. Their run grades are really good. Outside, the only person that really where that really popped off running the ball on them was Florida with Ball. Like outside of that, they've held it down pretty good against the run.
And what do we struggle with?
So also the secondary, KJ Bolden, Ellis Robinson, Harris, all those guys, even their backers, they play the run well. CJ Allen, one of the best linebackers in the country, pound for pound. He's still grading at like him and Anthony Hill are grading at an elite level. So do not take that lightly. It is, yeah, last year they were getting instant heaters with Michael and Jalen and that defensive line. They were built differently. And to be fair to Kirby, he's figured out this team is going to win with the offense and stopping the run. Because the offense is way better than it was last year. That's the flip side of it. Georgia now has an elite offense. Georgia is good both passing the football and running the football. There's very little weaknesses. So we are coming into this game where our defense has a lot to deal with come Saturday. But
I don't care.
Who was the
Like
person that said
you want to be that dog on defense. You want to be top dog on defense. These are the things you're licking your lips at. Like you were biting at the bit to play this team. That's what you are. So I don't care about their statistics right now. Like if I'm a defensive guy, I was like, great. You keep on feeding that. You keep on feeding that, and you have that in the back of your mind that you're about to turn it on. You want NFL scouts looking at you. This is the game for you right here.
I need them to do that, Tram, because they can we be honest about our defense? They haven't performed against like outside of John Mateer. Mm-hmm. These quarterbacks have gotten off on them.
Yep.
Now, holistically as a defense, Texas is a lead against the run. We're a top 5 run defense. We're still a lead against the run. We're obviously elite as a pass rush. That's our strength, right? Is our front 7. It's kind of breaking the defense in half, right? Like our front 7 has been awesome. We stop the run. We force people to throw the ball, but we play a very soft zone behind it. We've played a soft zone all year. We struggled to attack the football in the air. And this has been with Taff in the lineup, with Taff out of the lineup, with Manny in the lineup, with Manny out of the lineup. So I don't want to hear. Yes, it will be better with Taff and Jelani McDonald both back healthy. It should not be the fourth quarter of the Vanderbilt game.
Yeah.
However, quarters like that halves like the first half against Mississippi State, that's where I struggle to give Texas the benefit of the doubt coming into the matchup because because Gunnar Stockton's playing better than all these guys. That guy's balling, and they have what scares me with Georgia's offense is they have something for everything.
Mhm.
They have a speedster in Zachariah Branch, formerly of USC, who also needs to be looked out for. This is a big matchup between Ryan Niblett returning kicks and Zachariah Branch returning. Two of the best kick returners you'll find in America. Both of them will be in Athens. They have a 6'6" Noah Thomas who's all of a sudden come on and
Yeah.
starting to pop off. We got killed by Eli Stowers, the tight end, Vanderbilt tight end, last time we played. They got Oscar Dope. We will see if Lawson plays, Lucky Lawson, because he got knocked out of the Mississippi State game. And I don't know if he's going to pass protocol. Now Arch did in 1 week, but I don't know if Lucky Lawson's going to pass protocol to play.
You don't think he has those Manning doctors?
However, the reason why I'm saying that too is because we are about to go to war,
Mhm.
and Georgia has gone to war last few weeks, and they lost people. They have another offensive lineman who's questionable that's dealing with some stuff. Every war we've gone to, we've lost people. When we go to Athens, I'm just telling y'all right now, we're gonna lose some soldiers in this fight. But we need to transpoint this. It's got to be all hands on deck, baby. This this is a war we're about to go into. Remember when we played Ohio State, man, we lost Trey for a month after that. We have to be prepared for battle both intellectually upstairs and physically in this game. But it's going to be a different type of physicality because offensively Arch actually should have time.
Yep.
Arch and this offense, I think, will be able to do some things. I think this game is going to mirror. There's going to be elements of this game that mirror our first game versus Ohio State. Don't be surprised if Kirby Smart goes to the Matt Patricia well and says, "I'm gonna concede the run to Texas a little bit. I'm only going to play Texas on obvious rundowns, like Ohio State did, right? But I'm gonna make everything look murky as hell for the quarterback." I think this is a great opportunity to see how much Arch has grown pre-snap. If I get the Arch we got Vanderbilt game that's seeing the field, that's seeing the blitz pre-snap. That's why, by the way, this is how you know we about to go to war, Tran. Kirby Smart has Billy Napier
I was
over there at
about to
practice.
ask you that. I was about to ask you what your thoughts about Billy Napier being there.
This goes to, I'm going to get to your super chats here in a second, but Sam Shepard hit it right here. Details, pay attention to the small teams, devil in the details. This week is about preparation and details, period. As much as the physicality as I talked about, but the details matter. Because listen, Billy Napier, he's still a Saban guy. These are all Saban people, including Sark. All these Saban guys, they know certain wrinkles and notes. So they got the notes over there from everything that they got, beaters and all that stuff that were utilized in the Florida game. What I love, Tran, is Arch said, "You know what? Cool. I'm gonna go link up with Ty Simpson. Arch over here. Yo, we are playing. Hey, it's all hands on deck. The war has already begun. You know how real this shit is, bro. Did y'all hear the press conference that Sark said that Kirby Smart texted him when they were on the bus before the Mississippi State game? That Kirby was texting him and saying, what are you doing right now? What are you about to do this morning?" And Sark was like, "Hey, I just got a workout in, ate breakfast, and about to watch y'all." That's on the way to play another SEC opponent, bro. And the coach's mind is on who? Us. That's the war has already begun. We will see the last fight and last battle on Saturday. Tran, has Sark not walked into Georgia now and taken multiple recruits? Tyler
Yes.
Atkinson, Justice Terry.
Justice. Yep.
This shit matters. The only thing Kirby got left to hold on to is these wins.
Adonai Mitchell, you forgot that. You forgot.
This shit matters, dude.
No, well, it matters. It matters in terms of even the SEC championship game. We're both one-loss teams, and the winner of this, controls their destiny, basically.
Now, let me ask you this before I get to Shelby Super Chat. Some people here, and then some people in this chat, don't give a shit about the SEC championship. They rather go the Ohio State route and just say, I want to get in. I don't need to. I'm good on the SEC championship game.
I don't. I want to win an SEC championship.
Me too. Me too. That's a goal.
Yeah.
However, I forgot who. I know Kieran was on here. Kieran was like, I'd rather have the extra prep. Put me in as an 8 seed and let me get the Ohio State prep because they were fresher. Because Kieran's point is, if we go to the SEC championship game, we have to win. We can't lose. Because then you don't get the bye and you just played extra war. And now you're behind the 8 ball of the other people that got more prep. So I see where people are coming from. Yeah, I knew Quentin was one of those people. That's a whole nother debate. But we got to get in the playoffs first. Regardless, we can't skip steps. Now our easiest route obviously is to win out. Right? If we win out, we talk about it. Blah blah blah. Amizi said third in the SEC works for me too. Y'all, I'm good on the SEC. Yo, these.
No, I'll be honest with you. We're not the like our fan base isn't the only one because A&M's the same way too. By the way,
if A&M goes, they have to win.
A lot of people
they got to win.
A&M that I've talked to, they're like, look, I always want to beat y'all, but if we're undefeated and we lose to y'all and y'all go in the SEC championship game, we're already in the playoffs. I'm fine with it. It's like, that's not my mindset, man. I want to win. I want to win. I get it. And maybe it might bite me in the ass one time, but me, I'm a competitor first, man. I want to.
I know. I hear you.
Yeah, I want to prove that we're the best. We have the opportunity to. We have a huge opportunity to prove that we are the best because, legitimately, the last 6 weeks of the year, we could play four top 10 teams.
Here's the thing. So I want to be respectful to people here that are paying money to. So Shelby Bowden, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it, my friend. He said, get Taft back, play smarter zones. Pass defense will still be a concern, but not enough to lose the game. These boys got to pop out of their soft squats faster. Absolutely. So let's talk about coverage here, especially since I got a DB with me. Taft and Jelani will help 100%. Just them being there, the comms will be better. I am worried about Taft in the run game with the injury because I have not seen him play with his hand. And I know, knowing Georgia and Kirby Smart, if we're in quarters, and I know a lot of people have been talking about quarters, and I love it. It's good football talk. It's healthy for the community. Shout out to Mina Kimes. She's brilliant at what she does. And that goofball that was on Last Chance U that was arguing with her when she was spitting facts. But point is, when your safeties are in their corner, when you're lined up in quarters, your safeties are part of the run fits. That's part of the defense, right? I am a little concerned because Taft has been such a big part of our run fits with our defense. I want him, we haven't seen him play with the injury. So that is.
I'm not concerned with that. You see people play with clubs on their hands all the time and tackle. I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned if he gets a gift interception or something like that, something that he could read.
Well, we know he can't recover fumbles.
Yeah. Oh, I know that.
So
Apparently, a lot of people on our team cannot recover fumbles.
so but my thing is just that's something I'm paying attention to. If I'm Kirby and them, I'm still testing it. If I'm running with Frazier or Bowens or whatever
Yeah.
back, um, let's see him make a tackle, right? Like he should be fine, especially the way we rally to the football and tackle as a team and pursue as a team, especially in this game. But our overall, the concern isn't run. We're good against the run. We've been good against the run when personnel's been in and out. The pass defense. Where are you on this? Like it does it to me. I don't know as much as you, but it feels like we concede gifts. And I'm not talking about bust. I'm talking about just like it's 3rd and 5. Like we're back to 3rd and 5, and we're just like giving up slant.
So
Or these guys are playing with these large cushions and they're in retreat, and we're allowing rhythm throws. I don't
contact
understand it.
context of the game matters in my eyes. And a lot of the times when we do that, and I've talked to you about the soft zone, and I hate it. I hate it because if you watch for the most part, for the most part of every single game, the first half of the game, we're pretty good. We're pretty solid defensively. It's always around the third quarter when we start dropping and doing, except for the Mississippi State game. Mississippi State game, we were just
It was the
awful.
flip. It was actually
Yeah, it
where
was
they
flipped. It
came
was
out.
flipped.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, it was flipped, and then we started throwing heaters at them. But no, if you look at it, it's to me, it's just I think it's more so like he's trying. PK knows he has depth, and he's trying to get people in there just to keep rest for the 4-quarter game and get people experience. And to me, I hate it because when you have someone down, you step on their throat. You step on their throat, and you keep going to the well of what got you the lead. In my book, you don't. Especially, I hate prevent. Oh, I hate prevent. You don't want people getting in a rhythm at all. You've done a great job all game, uh, throwing off timing, doing things that the quarterback doesn't like to do, keeps them uncomfortable. You want to keep that. Like that's the thing that annoys me with some of the defensive play calling. Like when I had to interview for this role, the 10U team, they
hmm
former defensive coordinator from Westlake asked me, "What would you do if you're up 2 possessions with 4 minutes left? What are you going to drop your defense into?" I was like, "I'm going to keep going. I'm not one to switch things up. If it's working, I want them to try to adjust to me, not the other way around." That's my mindset. I don't coach at a Power 4 conference level. So
but it's
PK,
mindset
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just my mindset. It's like I want my people to eat. Like, hey, Colin Simmons should be. This is barbecue chicken for me. Oh yes, this is the time. I know they're dropping back. Let him go. That's how you get the. He's having a great year as is. I mean, what is it? 9 sacks, 8 sacks himself. But
yeah. No,
yeah, he
he's
can have
right on pace.
he could have a legendary year. So that's me.
Yeah, no, and Quentin, I saw your second super chat there. I don't think it's fine. I disagree. I mean, yards after the catch matter.
Yeah,
200 yards after the catch is bad, and it's not just tackling.
yeah.
Yes, some of it was tackling. The Eli Stowers play was not tackling.
The 80-yard touchdown. Yeah,
That's and then again, there's a lot of in today's age of playing all this quarters match and people playing concepts you'll hear like palms coverage and things of that sort where these kids are taught more like a 2-on-2 situation, and it's you and your safety. If let's say I'm a corner, right? Let's say I'm Jalen Gilbo, and it's me and Derek Williams. We're taught to pattern match out of quarters. That's really what you're playing, and so if the communication isn't there, and you start kind of making assumptions and thinking, oh, Buddy's about to run an out and he's breaking off the two, which means I'm supposed to match the out route. It's all a bunch of man at that point. There's no more zone because you're matching up immediately to match the pattern of the route. That's why Grayson Littleton was such a godsend at the beginning of the year, because when they were running Jeremiah Smith on all those crossers, he was able to run in his hip. That's really hard to do. You can't find a lot of guys that can run across the field with a receiver and stay connected. That Trent, am I wrong? Like that's like one of the hardest things to do,
It's the
right?
hardest job. It's legitimately the hardest job because uh, because I mean you got to go hard for 3 to 5 seconds every single play, and then you got like a 20-second rest, and you got to do it again.
Yeah. So we gotta, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when they say tighten up, maybe it is simplifying and having more just designated man calls with some help in different zones. Like certain people are rovers, kind of more like cover one type principles. With considering considering, here's the other thing: our coverage needs to match our front. Are we sending heaters this play? The coverage needs to align with that. We can't send heat this play and then be soft because the quarterback's just going to do what? He's just going to throw to his hot, right? And that's a productive play for those guys. So to me, it's like, man, if I really want to get gangster with it, my coverages need to be tighter. If I know I'm sending five, right? If I'm sending my front four, and let's say Ant Hill's coming too, right? In some sort of, or even if Ant Hill is spying and then releasing on the quarterback, to me, I rather play more cover one behind it and have Taff as a rover and taking care of those guys, and everybody else. Can you play man coverage for 5 seconds, for
Yeah.
3 to 5 seconds? But here's the thing: like if this is why football's hard in 2025, by the way, defending them, because I thought about it. I was like, well, what if we played like two man, where you have your safeties back deep, playing halves. We played man underneath, and then one of the linebackers is in like a zone or something, right? Well, that's how Sark has been killing people with the overs, because you don't have you don't have somebody that can just run, or digs. That's where people will just crush you and dig. I'll run a post to take your safety out of the play, and the other guy that's with him, and then my other guy's gonna win on a dig or a comeback or something like that. It's really difficult.
Yes.
So so you gotta make sure, like, whatever we are doing, right? Does the zone align with the what we're doing up front, right? And is everybody, because the 4th and 19 we gave up, we weren't even lined up correctly. That's the other thing. Pre-snap is critical. Are we lined up correctly? Because right now, until I see improvement, I'm almost like, man,
And
was last
that
year
100% is on the coach. Then, if you're not lined up correctly, you have 3 timeouts. You call a fucking timeout. I'm sorry. You call a timeout. If you're not lined up correctly, it's 4th and 19. You stop them right there. Game's over. You're not sweating through anything. So please don't bring up the 4th and 19 because I almost killed my family listening to it in the car.
That's literally what it is, Quentin, though. Quentin, no, it is. You're getting pre-snap. There were plays pre-snap where Pavia, before he snaps the ball, he already know what he got last the last time we played. Especially when the young boys got in the game after we had lost, when McDonald had already had his concussion, and we already didn't have Taft, and we're flying people, and then Phil Sabee got hurt, and we're playing a bunch of and the young boys are doing what? They're looking at the sideline 3-5 instead of talking to each other. The quarterback's already seeing the beater.
Yeah.
He's already seeing it, yo. Like,
To your point about the offenses, I mean, it's just evolved at such a high level that it's nuts. And
it's
also with
nuts.
the it's also with the
The
communications
headset.
in the helmet helps out so much.
Well, that's why people have been. Lane Kiffin did this uh to Brett Venables because he was like, all right, I'm not even gonna really line up my offense until after the 15 seconds. Cause y'all over here with these y'all don't know what y'all doing with these signals, but somehow y'all seem to be keyed up on every single fucking thing we about to run.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna Trinidad don't line up until the mic cuts off. That's what he was doing.
Yep.
That whole game, he was like, bro, unless it was like a situational thing where they had to have it quick.
Situational.
He was like, bro, I'm not even gonna line up.
He was arrogant about it. You remember he was arrogant about it after the game. Be like, y'all were saying we can't score on you. Get out of here. Get out of here.
That was an interesting tactic.
It worked.
It definitely worked. No, it was very, very effective. No, but I think, guys, just these are the conversations that there's no perfect coverages, especially against Gunnar Stockton and this team. But what can you do to slow them down? What can we play confidently where we can rally? What I'd like to see, and what a lot of defensive coordinators want to do, to Tran's point, it's impossible to stop all these, especially once a quarterback's in rhythm. These guys are too good. But can we force them to throw the ball where we want them to throw the ball, into a funnel? I'm going to concede this part of the field here for you. Or here's the other thing I want to introduce to you guys.
So there's a difference between stopping him and then getting him off rhythm. And we saw the dichotomy between that. We could look at the Mississippi State game perfectly with that.
Sure.
Because we got Shapen off rhythm in the fourth quarter.
With our heaters.
So timely blitzes, getting to the quarterback, making him throw off-platform throws, not letting him just be able to, it's an easy whole shot pass for me. Cutting off the easy things and making things difficult for you. That's something that you could tip to your advantage.
Can I introduce one more question for you because I'm learning from you guys here in the chat as well. Football, one thing about football is the learning never stops, whether you're coaching, because the game is constantly evolving and changing, and there's different ways to attack, multiple things. So my question here is this. When I feel as though when I watch Texas on defense, I sometimes feel like they don't do a good enough job of recognizing the strengths and weaknesses of the opposing personnel. For example, why would you shade away from Eli Stowers instead of towards? Like, why are you shading to a why do because one guy we had that was just really smart and I miss him was Jade Barron. Because one thing he would do is, and maybe this is just him just watching so much film and knowing guys, he also seemed like the one dude that understood the different arm strengths of the quarterbacks. And if you can't throw a deep out to the field, I'm going to play off to bait you. Like he kind of did it, he would do things where he would recognize a weakness with the quarterback. This quarterback struggles to throw spot route. Like Milroe couldn't throw for whatever remember baby Milroe? Didn't Jade Barron get a pick at Bama when I think he was trying to throw spot route. And he just recognized like that guy struggles to read that correctly. So let's kind of cheat and give it to him. And see how he plays it. Because he's probably gonna mess it. Like those tricks. That comes from understanding who you're playing against. And I just feel like sometimes we don't understand that, they got a 4-2 receiver over here. Everybody else is trash. They're not trying to get the ball to these other guys. Why are we playing them honestly? Why aren't we you know what I mean? I just feels like our understanding of personnel is a struggle sometimes. Like Pavia, it's like, hey, they're gonna abandon their triple option bullshit if they get down by 10 points. What happened, Tran? They got down, they abandoned it. And what are they going to do? They're going to play hero ball with Pavia. And that's exactly what we got him into, which is what we wanted. But then all of a sudden they start getting chunk plays because it's like, yo, why aren't
We
y'all
didn't know
guarding
what to
Eli
do.
Stowers?
Well, to backtrack on everything, we don't
I'm
have
sorry, I said a lot. I'm sorry.
we don't have a player like Jade Barron on this team right now. So you remember when we sat next to his brother and we
Mm-hmm.
just joked around with him like he leaving this year, isn't he? He goes, nah.
That was
He said,
2022.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he said no. He goes
Or 2023. Yeah.
my
2022,
my
2023.
brother
Yeah.
wants to get his degree and he wants to be he's like a legitimate student of the game. There's not many kids like that. So he's
True.
matching his athleticism with the things between his ears, like his
He
brain.
had his
Between,
own film
yes.
thing in his apartment too. A whole like film study, all that. Makuba, same thing.
Yeah, and so we don't have. I mean, I guess probably the closest we have to that on this team is Taff, but he just doesn't have the accolades that Jade has. He doesn't have the ability in the film that Jade has. So that definitely 100% was a huge miss with us. Now I do think we have athletes all over the place.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
But do they
Yep.
understand
That's the thing.
the
Is the
difference
yes.
between Oscar Delp and what does Oscar Delp like to do?
Mm-hmm.
Where does Oscar Delp like to catch the football? Do they understand? Do they have a heat map in their mind on the field? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just theoretically, like, hey, 80% of his shit is in the seam. I'm not saying that that's true. I'm just saying, like, going into the game, it's an example.
It's an example
Yeah.
that okay, here's the tendencies. Here's what he likes statistically wise. This is what on third and mediums. This is where they like to go with the ball. This and that.
Jade was the one that got the pick in the SEC championship on Gunnar Stockton when everybody got mad that Gelbo didn't block. But one thing I remember about that was he kind of he gave him the impression that throw was there. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh wow, like that, like, but it's like that guy doesn't have the arm to put that thing on a rope like that. What make people try to do shit out of their element? Why are we giving people plan A? That's my thing. Like Cutter Bowley. Cutter Bowley wants to throw slant. We would just let him throw slant. You know what I mean? Like what? Like that guy was like, oh, to the field, harder throw, but it looks open. I'm gonna try it. Boom. That's when that's when Jade Barron comes and gets the pick. You know what I mean? Like so. You know, because we had a lot of success last year in both games, turning them over. We did. We turned them over multiple times in DKR. We turned them over in Atlanta. And so that's why I'm also throwing this stuff out there because, again, preparation is key. To me, guys, this is just my opinion. I don't coach defense. I haven't played defense. I would like to think that my linebackers, my safeties, and my corners have at least a general heat map in their mind when it comes to understanding. So Lawson Lucky's number 7, Oscar Delp's number 4. If they see 4 in the slot, they should have a heat map in their mind of like, typically he likes to do this, right? These teams aren't like at this point in the season, there's tendencies on film. It's week 11, 12. You know what people want to do. You know what number 1 wants to do. I guarantee you they know our shit. I guarantee you they know that when Parker Livingston lines up a certain way, he's probably gonna run a speed out. Or at least something breaking towards the sideline.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like in certain formations that we run. These teams seem to know that. What's our beater or what's our tendency breaker against that, right? So I don't know. I just want to see us have better awareness, general awareness for our opponents. That's all. Maybe I'm being Maybe I'm being nitpicky and bitching about it. I don't know.
No,
But
no, it's amazing because I could already tell you if we're at goal line, we're gonna run the ball off tackle. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take Parker Livingstone and come around the back end of the end zone to try to hit him open. Yeah, I mean, just that's our tendencies.
where does Texas have the best? And this is for the chat, right? Where does Texas have the best advantage in this game, matchup wise? In y'all's opinion,
This is for the chat, right?
for me, I'll start. I think our matchup is Arch. I do. I hate to put so much pressure on him, but I think he's. I really do think
Nah,
he's.
bro. Nah,
I
bro. Put
think he's
that
gonna.
pressure on him.
Yeah, it's late in the season. Fuck it.
Yeah,
We trying to win.
put that pressure on him.
Our matchup is Arch. I think Arch could cook. I think he's gonna have time. Now we're gonna have to be able to run the ball well enough. That's one thing we haven't been able to do against Georgia in the other two games was establish any type of run. If we can at least
God
get
forbid we win this game, by the way, and it's on his arm. You know, like he's already back in the quote unquote Heisman conversation. Imagine what type of hype that's
oh
going to get.
the
Yeah,
hype will be crazy.
yeah. Mine is the defensive line, like our DNs. Like I want to see our DNs. I want to see our DNs play eat this game. And you know, Colin Simmons, he's a big time gamer, and he wants to show out in the big time games. So
Shelby, thank you for the chats, man. This is you are being way too kind today, sir. We appreciate it. In all
Quinn, I don't want the
seriousness.
hype either, but I'm just saying it will come if we win.
No, thank you. I want to. So, Alan said PK has to break tendency in this game. He doesn't need to do Todd Orlando kitchen sink blitzes from Idaho, but be aggressive to keep
Uh,
Georgia off schedule. Don't just play soft and let them dictate the game. There was another message I got from Steven Anderson on Facebook Messenger. I happened to be reading some of the messages that we received. Steven Anderson brought up complementary football being important this week. For example, can the offense, if the defense is getting tired or they've been on the field a while, let's say Gunnar Stockton starts getting in a rhythm, can the offense help them out by going on a 5-6 minute drive and slowing the game down, right? To help the guys out on the other end. Just things like that. So he was also just wanted me to comment on the
that's the issue
complimentary
that we ran
football.
into last week. I mean, last year, the first game we played them, we could not move the ball. We couldn't. Also, I want to see Mason Shipley step up. Like for games that could be close like this, to me, after him being a nominee, a Ray guy, right? Or is it not Ray guy? It's
Lou Groza.
Lou Groza. Yeah, one of the kickers. To me, he's had a down year. I'll be honest with you, comparative. And like if we went and got him, it's for games like this, games that I feel are going to be close, and he can flip it.
I want to be realistic with the kicker. I'm glad you brought up Mason Shipley. This is why I love talking ball with you because I didn't even think about that. Here's my thing, Tran, and we were talking about this in our group chat with Jimmy because everybody was like, "Why didn't Sark trot him out there to kick that long ass field goal last week?" And we were like, "Brother, he has not been hitting from back." Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, watch him pre. That's the thing. Like, if you're watching at home, you don't know unless the TV broadcast shows you this. You don't know where the guy's been hitting from in pregame. That's all that matters. A coach is not going to send somebody out there because they hit a 60-yard kick 2 years ago in Houston indoors. I don't give a shit. If you're not hitting from 50 pregame, I'm not going to try a field goal from 57. I don't care. Something's up because what happened? He missed a 51, right? Or something like
It was like 5 yards short.
it was and he missed. And then the next play, Vanderbilt scored a touchdown. Well, we were supposed to get points.
Your the reason why I
So
started laughing is your reply to that email is like, y'all could have him back.
see, that was supposed to stay in the chat.
I'm sorry.
That was supposed to stay in the group chat. That was not supposed. That was not for public
I'm sorry.
consumption.
To me, it was just one of the funniest things I read when I was pissed off.
I said that when I was mad as shit at him right then. I don't really mean it like that.
I know you don't.
I was mad as shit, yo. I'm like, this guy's a fraud, yo.
Oh my god! It was,
But
I was so mad, but I couldn't stop laughing. That
was supposed to. That was between.
I'm sorry.
That was between me and Jimmy. Now Mason Shipley on the year. To be fair, 14 of 18. He's hit all of his extra points. He's 32 of 32. He did miss a 20-something yard field goal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the Mississippi State game, if I'm not mistaken. It was either that or Kentucky, one of those two. He's only 1 of 4 from 50 plus. Those are where the other misses are. Here's my thing with Shipley, though. I don't need you. I'm not here for the distance stuff.
Nope.
45 and in, can we be reliable? That's all I need.
Just those are gimmies.
Because we weren't asking Burt Auburn to kick the ball from 50 plus most times anyway. Burt Auburn last year was missing indoors in Atlanta, indoors from like 40 or 45 or whatever. 45 and in, 47, even 47, 48. Can I count on you to be consistent? Because he hasn't been bad. Again, 14 of 18 is good, but you know, we've had some questionable kicks this year. I'll leave it at that.
And to his credit, it might not always be the kicker too. I have not studied like how the hold is, things like that. I haven't studied that. But it was hilarious to me in a very angry time. So
ZT Sports, stop it. He said Auburn was getting cardio. Shelby, moderately ranked team heading in. You know what? Feels like Sark is about to conduct a master class. This is where we want to see Sark's growth, right? Because I know Sark. I'm not, when I talk about Kirby being the master of the details, that means I think he's the best at it. That does not mean that I think Sark's not good at it. I know Sark's good at it. Sark opened up the game with details last week. What I keep telling y'all, Vanderbilt loves to blitz the nickel. They love that nickel blitz. They ate us up with nickel blitz last year. And Sark started the game with a screen into the nickel blitz. That's details. And got a 75-yard tutty out of it. That's details. Sark was like, I knew they were going to throw that shit at us because they kept doing it last year. I have a beater for it now. So look how he's adjusted the offense. So I know he's capable. But sometimes Kirby doesn't strike until 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter with something, with a tweak or something. Can we have one of those for them, Tran? Right? Can we have a tendency breaker for Georgia that they're so keyed on, and we hit the person you least expect coming out the back door for a huge play? For example, me and you were in the game, that side of the field, third quarter, when we had our comeback in DKR, and it's 3rd and 8 on our side of the field, and they hit that big play, and then they hit the big chunk play to Delp on I think it was like a flea flicker or whatever. It was like, damn, that was because if we get the ball back, we're going to tie. Like that was the momentum at that point, right? And that's when Mike Bobo and all of them hit their best stuff. They threw a curveball at us. You know what I mean?
Was that the fake punt?
No, the fake punt was the SEC championship game.
Okay.
And the fake punt was nasty work because the punter wasn't on the field.
Yeah.
And they did it anyway.
And we weren't keyed in on that.
And we were details. So, and 97's not out here. 97 was the punter, by the way. 97's not out here. Did anybody? What's our 911, guys? Something's up. They're in pump formation with no punter. Something's up.
Yeah, teams are now switching the guy's jersey.
Oh yeah, I saw that too,
Yeah.
where they had the backup quarterback.
Before the
Who
game
did that?
switches jersey. I don't know.
Somebody did that recently. So another thing that I think will help us in this game, I do think that this is the best pass rush that Georgia has seen. When I think back, and I want to tie this into what we do well. Georgia, as good as they are offensively, and Roddy Jones, shout out to Roddy Jones on ESPN. He said this today. I'm gonna steal his point. When Georgia has been in the closer games and struggled a little bit, including their game versus Auburn. Remember, their Auburn game was only 20-10, and Auburn was able to key in against Georgia's run and make them one dimensional. So as good as Gunnar Stockton has been playing, he's been playing well because he can run. They can run the ball too.
Yeah.
You know, so his play when they play action or when he runs the ball himself, because he will, especially in the red zone, it's very effective because it's married perfectly with their run game.
Yeah, he's
But
got close
Auburn,
to 400 yards rushing, so we have to key in on that as well.
and he has, I think, 7 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah.
So teams like Auburn, Florida did a good job against the run against Georgia. And forced and made it to where Georgia had to be more pass happy than they want to be. What Georgia wants to do offensively is very similar to what we want to do offensively. The more you can do well, the better you are. Georgia will come out, and we saw it last year, y'all, with Bobo. They'll go empty and throw screens and run spread offense, and then they'll come back in 12 personnel and bang in a phone booth. They want to do both. So do we. Now, we're really a spread team. That's what we've learned this year. But most times under Sark, we want to be able to do both. Georgia is able to do both, and they run the quarterback. So everything that they want to do, they're pretty effective at. You got to take something away. So that means Nate Frazier, Bowens, Cash Jones, whoever else is running the ball for Georgia back there. They cannot look like Trevor Etienne last year, where he had 5 touchdowns in 2 games against us. That can't happen. They have to make it one-dimensional. I think that also Georgia has shown that they'll kind of top out in the 20s if they're more one-dimensional. But if we leave them full menu, now we're in a situation where all that shit's going to be on Arch to be in a shootout like it was for Tennessee. You know what I mean? Because Georgia is showing that they can win shootouts. So now we're going to have to be in a shootout against a pretty good defense. That's a lot on Arch's plate. Texas defense has to play to their strengths against the run, is my point. Stand on business this game. Don't let them, because last year we were really good against the run last year. And in both games they ran the ball on us. In the most clutch time, they ran the ball in overtime to win the SEC championship game. Mm-hmm. That can't happen this year. And I'm looking at Anthony Hill and all these guys. That's one thing that should motivate them this year. It's like, yo, these boys ran it down our throats when everything was on the table. They just turned around and handed the ball off and won the game. We cannot give that up. We have to make them kind of play like Pavio was playing last week, but just defend it better.
Hero
you
ball.
know what I mean? Hero ball.
Yeah. I don't think that they're built to come back from big deficits either. I don't think a lot of teams are, to tell you the truth. So if we go up early, we have to step on their throats and have a statement game.
To your point, their one loss,
they went
Bama
down.
got up. Bama got up on them.
Yep, they went down.
and they went down. Now they fought, they came back, but and it was a good game. But Bama, the thing that and here's the thing, guys, for Georgia fans watching this video later in the week, obviously we've paid y'all tons of respect. Y'all are awesome football team as usual, but y'all are beatable. All of these teams are beatable. If you were struggling against Auburn and Florida, you're beatable, okay? Because all I hear about is how we struggled against Kentucky and struggled against this person. Everybody's beatable, including Texas A&M. Y'all are beatable too, okay? You're sweating bullets against Arkansas. You're sweating bullets versus Auburn too. All these teams are beatable. Y'all are just more consistent. That's why you're winning. You're more consistent, and you figured out ways to win. So kudos to you. But in that Bama game, Ty Simpson had all of the answers pre-snap. He was so calm and was taking what the defense gave him because Georgia organically couldn't get to him. If Arch can get into that kind of rhythm with Emmett Mosley, Wingo should be back. They say his hand is okay. DeAndre Moore should be huge in this game. Remember, DeAndre Moore blew up Georgia in the SEC championship game. Let's not forget that. I think he had like a $130 on him. Remember? And then, like, so if Arch can get into rhythm like Ty Simpson did, they got up what? Bama got up what? 14-0? 10-0, 14-0 in that game? And
Uh,
made things really
yeah,
uncomfortable.
yeah.
I think to your point, Tran, that's a recipe. Because now Georgia can't just be balanced, to your point. And it's hard to stop teams when you're ahead when you already struggle to rush the passer. That's putting Georgia in an uncomfortable spot. And that's how they lost. So we need to go, we need to follow that type of recipe. And I also think we need to look at some of the things that Florida did running the ball to help the quarterback as well. I think some of the things they did against Georgia's defensive front were very effective as well. Again, love the fact that Arch is connected with Ty Simpson this week and getting whatever notes he can, just like Billy Napier is being utilized on the Georgia sideline as we speak. It's all hands on deck in preparation. Outside zone. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Ole Miss made some money moving the ball where they were really hitting on, they weren't just hitting on outside zone, but they were hitting on some of the perimeter stuff. We want to make sure our perimeter blocking doesn't go away again. That's become a strength of ours all of a sudden. That also needs to continue so that we can really manipulate the Georgia corners. I'm glad somebody brought that up because Ole Miss was effective at that. Remember, Ole Miss moved the ball, had no problem moving the ball at Athens. They lost at the end of the game, but they were able to move the ball effectively. Um, I want to do predictions, and then I want to talk about narratives coming out of the game, and we can wrap. Um, what say you? Do you have a prediction in mind yet, Tran?
I mean, if I have to pull one out, I would. But one thing I want to, because I'm looking that up right now, is like I think we'll have some opportunities in the pass game because I don't think that they're grading really hard, really high in coverage. I don't think that they are. From what I saw earlier, I'm trying to look up to see like where they are from total defense standpoint.
Coverage grades, they're inconsistent.
Yeah,
So on, for example, like last week or Mississippi State, they graded out at a 66.6, which is spooky season.
yeah,
The week before they graded out at a 48,
yeah.
but they've also had games coverage wise, like Auburn, they graded out at 77, so they were
Well,
better.
well,
So
well.
they've been Alabama, they grade out at 57 coverage wise.
Well, Auburn. I mean, do they have a quarterback?
Now they do. That's
When
nasty
they
work.
played them, when they
Well,
played them.
now no, but they played Jackson Arnold, so they
Yeah,
no, they didn't have a quarterback.
Jackson Arnold, who holds the ball for 7 seconds.
Yeah. Now Auburn had a. I mean, Daniels seems to that guy can play, and they didn't play him until after the already fired the coach. So
Um, man, I just respect Kirby so much. Honestly, I think but I do feel I feel strangely confident having an extra week to prep for them.
we didn't have that last year. We had
We
OU
did, and
the week before.
I'm gonna say 27-24 Texas.
Pulling off the upset
Yeah,
on the road. All right, Tran. 27-24.
and Mason
John Wayne.
Shipley's hitting it.
John Wayne. Um, thank you for the super chat. He said we pull up in Athens with the strap out. Well, that's the type of energy the team has to be on to get the W. We should be pissed off getting off the bus. Absolutely. This game, especially game day. You want to have that intensity, right? Because you got to make your presence felt early physically. And that's one thing Alabama did, right? Early in that game, because remember when Alabama played Georgia, that was their reintroduction to the nation because they were coming off of people thinking they were freaking soft because of the Florida State game. And so they came out there, they were surgical offensively, but they were hidden. Now Georgia countered because they do, and Georgia's a second half team. They're probably the best second half team in the country, and they countered and they made it a game. But Bama was able to build so much margin early by handling their business and executing, and I think that's where John Wayne is at with it too. David Keith Williams said something extremely significant about Texas playing Georgia is that Texas was down 23-0 in the first half of the regular season game, was up 6-3 first half of the SEC championship game. Agree. But we also got to recognize those were different rosters.
Mm-hmm.
Those were very different rosters, both sides. And
Injury report just dropped.
I'll pull it up on Twitter while we're talking.
Thanks, Quentin.
But the reason why I'm saying that the difference in the rosters is because that 6-3 up at halftime forced them to go to Gunnar Stockton, which forced them to go to a completely different offense than we were facing, and it didn't end well for us. So we have to be fluid in this game too. No, nobody's afraid of Aggie here. We're not afraid. A&M's good, very good. Don't get me twisted. And I'm not talking about A&M right now. They're a phenomenal team.
This is all Georgia. Georgia mindset right now.
Yeah. But when we get there, A&M's beatable. All these teams are beatable. Marlon said this game is going to come down to I'm better than you ball. Kirby's timing for it is almost always perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Agree. It's facts. That's why DeBoer is 2-0 against him. Because what DeBoer and them have done is they have found matchups on Georgia that Kirby can't hide. And they spam the shit out of it. In both of those games, he had spammed the hell out of a particular. Remember, the first time they played, it was Ryan Williams, right? Last time, this year, it was all the receivers in the middle of the field because Kirby and them and Glenn Schumann could not get pressure on Ty Simpson at all. So we got to find that. We got to have that type of execution to give us an opportunity. Georgia's already lost at home, so don't tell me that they're not. This is, and in some cases, we are better defensively than Bama. In a lot of cases, even I even heard that from a couple of Vanderbilt people. They were like, "Y'all's defensive front was crazy compared to what we saw with Bama." The thing is that Bama didn't stop playing.
Yeah.
for that's where I'm like,
for a quarter and a half.
Yeah, and but let's be honest, right? Let's be honest, right? Like, because this kind of, I'm about to go to my prediction. My struggle with Texas is, are we going to play 60 minutes of football? Are we going to, not to say that we won't have bad moments or some rough spots. It's going to be a war. But we have had whole ass chunks, especially on the road, where we have been lifeless for a quarter, for a half. Last week, or yeah, Vanderbilt game, not last week, but our last game, we're damn near flawless the first three quarters, Tran. Damn near we're up 34-10. And then we take we take PTO in the fourth quarter on defense. Like, why should I give y'all the benefit of the doubt that y'all all of a sudden, like, now we do play up and down to our competition. I'll agree with y'all there, which is why I do think that these dudes will be locked in for Georgia. They better be. And they don't like getting embarrassed. I know that. So they're going to be locked in. But they have these lapses that I gotta see it because I have not seen it from us on the road. That's my concern. I right now, coming into the season, I thought Georgia was going to win this football game. Right now, I think Georgia's going to win the game because I think Georgia's a better overall football team than we are, and they're playing at home. Here's my thing, though. I think this game is going to be very similar to Ole Miss at Georgia, where Ole Miss lost that game, but coming out of that game, people were like, "Oh, these teams are pretty close." And I do think that while I think I'm picking us to lose. It's the first time all year I'm picking us to lose. I'm picking us to lose this game. I think Georgia's the better team. Just I don't know what else I don't know what else to tell you. However, I think we will cover. I think it's going to be a close. I think it's going to be kind of like your score. You had Texas 27-24. I could see Georgia winning 28-24, 27-24, something like that. And then I think the conversation out of this game, especially if Arch plays well, which I think he will, I think the conversation turns to, well, as long as Texas wins out, they're still in.
Yeah.
They're still one of the best 12. They lost to Georgia on the road. We're going to punish them for that?
Yeah. They lost to Georgia and Ohio State on the road.
We're going to really punish them for that? Now, I just can't give my team the benefit of the doubt until I see it. That's just the type of person I am. Until I see Sark out coach Kirby, I'm not just gonna blindly be like, oh yeah, all of a sudden all of our problems are gonna be fixed because Michael Taff and them are back. I'm hoping y'all are right. Those of you who are, all of you that are predicting a win, that'd be dope.
I will say,
but I also don't think that this is. I don't think the season is over if we lose. That's my point.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I don't think so, man.
But my whole point is the SEC championship game. That honestly,
I think the SEC championship game is gone if we lose.
No, 100%. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about last year. I thought that Sark outcoached Kirby in the SEC championship game. We should have won. We had two shots at getting it, but we missed 2 field goals. So, I mean, I think, and not only that, I thought PK had a real good game plan specifically for the starting quarterback. We didn't have shit for a contingency plan. But now we get to key in on this kid. And we've seen now what they played 9 games of footage of this kid.
Plus him starting the bowl game last year too.
Yeah.
So they have plenty of film of Gunnar Stockton. To be fair to Gunnar Stockton, he hasn't had a poor performance yet all year.
He hasn't.
He hasn't. And
no time like the present.
No time like the present. But if we let's say if we force him to really struggle, that'd be the first quarterback that we've made look bad since Mateer. You know what I mean? Like, again, I need to, and I'm not saying, like, I do know we can get pressure. I know Colin Simmons and them can cause havoc, and I know Anthony Hill can play against like that. I'm not worried about that, but it's the consistency to stuff for me, man. It's the It's the all of a sudden we'll just do something ridiculously stupid.
Yep.
For example, the shading. That's why I was asking about the shading thing because with Stowers because there was only 15 seconds left in the half and we gave up a touchdown.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, that's why Sark like started freaking out because he's like, guys, like it's 15 seconds left. We can't give him a touchdown right now. Make him kick a field goal. Why are we not guarding the tight end? I just see us do stuff like that too often for me to think that we're just going to be because to me the another word I've had words all this week. Be prepared. Another word is clean. Clean means when we watch the film, you did what you were supposed to do, and we forced them to kick a field goal or whatever. You
And
know what I mean?
I think that's where the communication comes in with Taft and
Taff.
McDonald are there. Because McDonald's, he's a freak athlete out there, and he looks like he's starting to understand what he's supposed to do. But Taft has been here; he's done that. I think he's going to be locked in completely for this game. I think because we knew when he broke his hand, it was circled on this date that you and I like he's back for Georgia.
And he was being told that he was going to be out for the season. And you know how Michael Taff is. He just said, "No, I'm not."
Nah, bruh.
No,
nah,
no,
nah, bruh.
I don't receive that. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus Christ. I'm not out for the season. We shall overcome. We will overcome. I give him credit. He's back. I give him credit. Um, ZT Sports. Tran, this is a big one here.
That's a great stat.
Gr-
It's a great stat. Like good teams find ways to win. Bad teams find ways to lose, and that's a way that you can find to lose.
the
That's a,
penalty.
that's a hell of a stat. I had no idea about that. I don't like that. Can we take this off?
Can we take this off the screen, please? Can we get that out of here?
For real.
He said, "I don't like that.
I don't like that one.
You can have your money back, ZT Sports. Don't show us that again." That's like the PK chart from 2021 that we used to have.
Oh, jeez.
Where that we almost got kicked off YouTube because it got reported for showing that chart.
Oh,
People
for
were
real?
like, "Yeah, somebody reported me for showing that chart, man."
PK's got a burner account.
I was like, "I'm not." Mark B said it. I rebuke that stat in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah.
Redact that from this chat, please.
You bet yo, if we lose the game because of penalties though, somebody's gonna clip this.
Wimby's block streaks continues. He's already got one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I gotta get to the Spurs game. So sorry went overtime here, Tran, but it's
No, you're
Georgia
good.
week.
It's Georgia week. This is a big game. They're the number 4 team or
5.
5, yeah.
Oh man, he said my bad, y'all.
I don't like that stat.
Not David Keith Williams with the remix of the stat. In 9 games this season, Texas has only had less penalties and less penalty yards than the opposition in 1 game. Oh my goodness.
It sounds so proper, but I still don't like that stat. It was so well written.
David Keith Williams, what is your prediction for the game, sir? Quentin, you said
He said 21, 20.
Yeah. Quentin gave his by 3. So here's the thing. I do, Shelby. I'm a big NBA fan, but I'm like
Especially when you get to watch greatness
yeah.
grow.
See that Duncan nose behind me? Tran and I met watching basketball. Believe it or not,
This channel was actually made off of that. Fun fact.
But what was it? What did I want to say?
Quentin's prediction.
No, we got Quentin's prediction.
Yeah.
No, what I was gonna say is if you notice, outside of John Willard, everyone's scores are between 3 to 6 points,
Yeah.
right? Even mine, even though I'm saying we're gonna lose, I'm still like, oh, yeah, it's a 3 or 4 point game. Oh, it's a 6 point game. Which means what? And this is the point I wanted to make. I made this last week with Nash when I was on Inside Texas. Sark's record, and Nash posted the stats about Sark's record versus top 10 teams. Now, he has picked up 2 this year. We'll see it, but I know Nash's stat sheet was based upon the final rankings. So based upon the final rankings, Sark I think only has 2, which is 2023 Bama and Arizona State from the playoffs last year are the only 2. All the other games where the team finished in the top 10, we lost. But the margin, the average losing margin was, I think, 4 points, right? That includes the Washington playoff game, um, all of those things, right? One of the reasons why we've lost those games is not because we were outplayed for the whole game. We've played good ball in almost all these games, including the Ohio State Cotton Bowl. Where we've lost these games is moments.
Yep.
That's my concern. Moments have cost us. We played damn near flawlessly after the opening touchdown versus Ohio State in the combo. We've talked about this over and over again. And then there's 15 seconds left in the half, and we give up a 75-yard screen pass to Travion Henderson. That's a moment.
It's interesting that you
And then you lock back in. You know what I mean? That's what has killed Sark.
It's interesting that you've said moments because I've used that word twice this year. At the Ohio State game when Arch was going on that last drive, I was like, this is his moment. This is his moment. It didn't happen. But I also said this could be the best thing for him. And then I also said the same thing about the Florida game. I was like, hey, this is his moment. But he got his helmet ripped off. And then Campbell, was it Campbell or Owens came in? I don't remember, but he threw
No, it was
jog down the field, and then they brought him in and he threw a pick. It was like, well, there goes that moment.
Caldwell.
Yeah, Caldwell. But man, the way he has been playing the last 3 games, he this could be his moment, honestly. And if it happens on the road in Georgia, which Georgia is like that, they've only lost 1 game in a long time there, and that was Alabama this past year,
that was
right?
the Bama game this year.
Yeah. Bama had the same type of record in 2023. You remember? Mm-hmm. And we came in and we
I think we're still the only team that beat Saban by 10 at home.
By 10 at home. Yep.
Right. But if you think about it, like that Bama game, right? Because Milroe is even as inexperienced as he was, they still made some plays and like it was a competitive game, but all the big plays in that game went Texas's way. Like certain situations. And
moments.
it comes down to moments, man. Yeah. It comes down to, Jaden Blue fumbling in the Washington game. At a certain point where it's like, the margin is too, like, we're trying to slow down a Dunze and those guys, and the game.
CJ Baxter,
the game feels like a shootout.
Yeah,
and it's like, like they've all of his big losses. The Dylan Gabriel scramble for like 60 yards in the OU game when we're up trying to close it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something unfortunate has always, it's been Lemony Snicket's on both sides of the ball. It hasn't just been Sark's offense or Sark's defense. Like, it's a team thing, right? And so that's something we have to overcome. And I think that's something that Kirby Smart, quite frankly, learned at the end of the 2010s to ultimately get over that hump. right, is guys, we know coming into this game, we know Ohio State game this year, it's probably going to be a one score game. What do we do to break the difference? They made one freaking play with Carnell Tate, that 50-yarder. Their offense didn't do diddly squat the whole game, bro. But all they needed was one moment,
Yep.
one deep ball, and that was enough to beat us. Right? That was enough. They didn't even cross the 50 the rest of the game. Rest of the game, they didn't cross the 50-yard line. Number one team in America. But we have to figure out how to be on the other side of that, is my thing. You know what I mean? Those key, gotta have it moments.
But what, like I said at the beginning of the year, is like that could have been the best thing for Texas.
Oh,
And they,
Sam Shepard said goal line last year. We're at the 1-yard line and
yeah,
we don't score.
yeah. Growth
It is.
moments like that, like that's what makes following a team so special, because you have to go through such adversity to really enjoy those great times and those great moments that happen. You know, and that's what it's all about, is the growth of this. And I've seen a ton of growth in such a short time. It might not be this week, but I know we're about to break through. I'm holding out that positive hope.
I I do think we're going to play good football.
I do too.
But to win this game, you're going to have to be clean. And you have to win some moments, some big ass moments. This feels, but you know what?
Playing clean. I'm glad we took that off the 129th penalties.
It felt, I know, but you know what? In the fourth quarter, under 10 minutes left, when we were down 17 versus Mississippi State, it felt impossible.
Yeah.
But not for these guys. They were mentally tough.
Yeah.
Give me that same mental toughness with an opportunity to go beat somebody. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it is in there. I don't care what anybody says. That's hard to do. Mm-hmm. I know the opponent wasn't impressive for the. I get that, but I don't care who it is. That little time left in the game to come back in the manner that Texas came back, and the veracity and efficiency that they showed is impressive. And this is a young team; it's growing, and they're going to get better. Dodge. See, this is
we
Dodge.
Gotta get this out of here.
Dodge. Was it you or your brother that just got married? One of you Blue Devils just got married? I saw it on Instagram. Or am I tripping? But Dodge, come on, bro. It's either you or your brother Reese. Reese. Man, come on, Dodge. Don't do that. Don't do me like that. Because that would be nasty. Oh, it was you. Congratulate. Okay. Knew one of y'all got married. You see, I got a good eye, Tran. I follow y'all just like y'all follow me. He said, Mark B said, we also rebuke that stat in the name of Jesus as well. Hallelujah. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Congratulations on getting married. Boo to your chat comment.
Yeah, we don't need that energy out here.
Even you're not wrong, but you're out of line. Other than the blown coverage, hold on, David Kiefer, I want to go back to your other comment about the coverage. Maybe I missed it earlier. I'm sorry. Yeah, but anything else we missed, y'all, before we hop off here? I just want to make sure we got everybody's comments and stuff. Any key players? Look, we talked about, we covered it all, Chan. I mean, we said even kick return going to be huge in this game. Will they kick to Ryan Niblett? You know what's interesting is he's been so much better at fielding the ball, even in tough scenarios and getting good yards. So he's become, a guy that actually puts pressure on the punter. Now, Georgia's kicking game is very good, very very good. Um, that's one thing that Kirby is always making sure he has a good kicking game at all times. Uh,
So
so
ideally, that could be a benefit to us because usually he has a very strong leg punter, and if they're trying to flip the field, that sometimes outkicks your coverage, and that's green lights for Niblet to just make one guy miss and let's go.
last question I have, and Train, you can answer this, and this is also a question for the chat. Is it better? Because again, styles make fights. We say that all the time on this channel. Is it a better matchup for Texas if this game is a shootout, like Ole Miss game was? Remember the Ole Miss game? Neither team punted for a whole half. It was, I think, Trinidad Chambliss put up 24 points at half, and I think it was like 24, 24, 24, 21 at half. But neither team, like they got both teams, both quarterbacks got points every drive. And when Ole Miss played Georgia, is it better for us if we're in a shootout like that, or is it better for us if it's more of a Georgia Auburn slower pace, not a shootout?
Slower
Because
pace.
Georgia's won both. Georgia's shown they can win the lower scoring game. They've shown that they can win the 44-41 Tennessee game or 43-35 Ole Miss game. What favors us better? John Wayne said the bar fight favors us better.
No, my to me, it's lower scoring game like what I have like the 27-24. I mean, look, the one game that they lost this year was 24-21. And I think we can match up well with Alabama. Honestly, I do. I think our
You
defensive
mean
front is.
Georgia?
No, I'm talking about Alabama. I think like if
Oh,
we're
you
talking
mean personnel wise?
like to like, it's like if we're talking about that. Yes, it was early in the season. Yes, it was early in the season, but there's advantages to also playing people early in the season. There's also advantages to playing them at the end of the season as well, because you do have those keys, you do have those tendencies that they want to that they want to do early in the season. You get them early. You don't know what's going on, but that's I think athlete for athlete we can match up with Alabama, and I think if we keep it to a lower scoring game, I think we're going to be way more. It's going to be way more beneficial to us because I don't think offensively we have that power yet
Mm.
to go score for score with a team of Georgia's caliber.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, even Trinidad Chambliss, the Ole Miss quarterback, he was keeping up until he couldn't in the fourth quarter. They finally started getting some stops, and they stalled at 35, which is a lot to put up. If you think about it, he's like, "Damn, I put up 35 points at Athens, and it wasn't enough." Um,
We recovered one fumble in the SEC championship game. Anthony Hill did at the very last play of the half. Didn't we recover the fumble
on
on
Stockton when he broke his arm, or not
not so, yeah,
Stockton,
yeah,
Beck,
yeah,
Beck.
Bear.
Um,
And I thought we were going to return it too, but we got caught.
I want to bring up the Alabama game here real quick because to your point about the 24-21. So, Amizi, first off, does Georgia have a dirty win this year? I think some people would consider the Auburn game a dirty win, 20-10. I think the Florida game was a dirty win because they were down in the fourth quarter at one point, and they just, you
Yep.
know, they toughed that shit out, right? And got the dub. And it was, you know, that was a good football game. Like you wouldn't. That was the game where I was like, man, all these people talk about Florida's a bad loss for Texas. If you watch that game, you would not say that Florida was a bad team. Their offensive line was moving Georgia's defensive line all over the place. They were getting just like they moved us all over the place. They did the same thing to them. If you watch the game, But the thing
They
is,
have
in
no
the
coordination. That's the thing. It's like
they don't have coaches.
they don't have coaches. They have athletes all over. That wide receiver is one of the best wide receivers in the nation. I'm
Oh,
not. He's raw, but give him a year or two, and everyone's going to be talking about him. Their running back, Bob, phenomenal running back.
and they got a
Phenomenal.
line, and they
Yeah.
got an O line. Yeah, I see why. I see why Lincoln Riley might scoot on over to Florida, according to some people, allegedly. Um, all right, so interesting stuff because this Alabama Georgia game was a while ago, so some people may have forgotten. So Alabama, it was 24-21. As a matter of fact, I'll just share my screen that way everybody can see it, and then we'll dip here because this game was a while ago. But one thing I just noticed here when looking at and again, we're just looking at it, but the time of possession. You guys see that 35 minutes to 24 minutes that Alabama did? And Alabama was 13 of 19 on third down. That's Ty Simpson was balling. Okay, and you look at Gunnar Stockton, he only threw for a buck 30 in this game. Now they ran the ball very well, but one of the issues why this game was lower scoring is because Alabama held the ball. Isn't that what Texas did versus OU? I keep hearing people say Texas wasn't dominant versus OU. But in the second half, Texas won the second half versus OU 20-0. And we had ball control offense. Just because you're not scoring at a breakneck pace doesn't mean that if I'm moving like for example, hear me out. Just walk with me for a second, guys. OU's defense on paper is still better than what we're gonna see on Saturday. All right. Now, in that game, Arch Manning, Trey Wisner, and this Texas offense held the ball for the entire third quarter. Y'all remember that? You remember how we came out of halftime, had a physical ass drive, ran the ball, scored, got a touchdown, and then we held the ball again, got a like we just literally just held the rock. That's very similar to what Alabama utilized to get up early in this game and then locked in situationally in the fourth in the second half, right? But just food for thought. Just food for thought. Any additional comments there, Trey? I think we could potentially utilize that type of strategy.
Yeah.
Um,
And you've already said that they've talked to Ty Simpson. Like I'm sure that's probably the game that they're focused on how they utilized everyone to beat them. So
so just I mean, again, this game was a while ago.
mhm.
That Nate Frazier fumble was nasty too, because that was when they were about to score. That's the other thing. We got to recover the fumbles. I
Yeah.
remember that Nate Frazier fumble in this game. That was a big fumble. But it's going to be close. It's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. And there'll be, you know, one play that makes a difference or something like that. All right, last super chat, and then we're out of here. Shelby, thank you for it. I will stand 10 toes down that Arch will give us the performance we want. Who knows what will happen otherwise, but Arch is about to do something. Now, I think Arch has the matchup in this game. He does. There's been games this year where the matchup, like OU was a tough matchup. Ohio State was a tough matchup. This here, again, Georgia's defense is very, very good. But if we can just get anything from our run game, anything from our screen game, which we've been getting recently, our screen game has gotten back. Um, then Arch is going to have time to because Kirby's going to. Here's the thing: Kirby and Glenn Schumann have no choice but to send heaters. They can't get pressure with 4. They can't. And all those exotics they showed last year with the double mugs and all that. Well, you know what? Y'all threw the kitchen sink at us last year. And Arch already got the kitchen sink thrown at him in the first game. At some point, it's just like, bruh, I've seen it all, man. You know what I mean? Like at some point, it's just like, yeah, I need to get the ball to Jack Endries for 8 yards.
Yeah.
All that exotic shit y'all were doing, I'm just gonna check it down and keep it moving. That's what Ty Simpson was doing. Right? Like, you don't have to like sit back there and freak out and try to take a shot. It's like, y'all doing all this cute stuff. Where's the hole? The last guy coming from depth, I'm just gonna throw the ball right there. This is not deep. But y'all are not gonna do that craziness. That's the other thing with Arch too. That Quinn couldn't fuck around with your snap count and your cadence. Because Kirby and them like to key in on their cadence and then they'll run heaters off of your cadence. You can use that against them if you really know what you're doing. And I've seen Arch do that before. I think he has, and it'll be different on the road too, because some of this stuff we'll have to do quiet. But that's where, at least with us having now our best 5 offensive linemen, we can communicate a lot better up front. Because they picked up all the stunts. We didn't give up a sack against Vanderbilt. They picked up do you guys realize Vanderbilt was being super exotic in the last game? You just didn't notice it because it wasn't effective because we picked it up.
Yeah.
They were doing everything at the line of scrimmage. Nothing worked because we picked it up. They had one guy coming from Mexico, another guy at the corner. They were trying to do cat blitz. We picked up everything all of a sudden. So just check the ball. But Arch was checking the ball down. He checked it down to Wisner. He checked it down to the tight end. I'll take my shots when I need to, but y'all are doing all this exotic stuff. You're just leaving me space. I just can't freak out with pre-snap. You just can't freak out pre-snap. Anyway, Tram, party thoughts, because I'm done.
No, I'm really excited. This is why we joined the SEC, so we can go to Georgia and get to play in highly marquee games. I'm shocked that it's not game day.
Game day's going where, to Bama?
No, I want.
Where's game day going? I feel like they should either go Georgia, Texas, or Alabama, OU. Where are they going?
I forgot. It's returned to Pittsburgh.
For Notre Dame?
Yep, Notre Dame.
Why?
Because I think
the coach. Did y'all not hear what the Pitt coach said? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice. I'm not yelling at you, Tran. It's not you didn't schedule this. I'm yelling at him like he was the producer that made the decision. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pat Narduzzi up here talking about, man, whatever happens, happens as long as we get a check. And, I'm worried about ACC games. Did y'all not hear the Pitt coach? He said, we do not care about this game. We trying to win the ACC. This is a non-con game. He said, well, we could lose 100-10. But, what? That's blasphemy. Over us going to Athens, or OU going to Bama.
Yeah.
They picked Notre Dame at Pitt. God bless they want to get Notre Dame in the playoffs, man. That's all this is. Because they going to hype that sorry-ass win up. Pitt's 22? Pitt's about to get clapped. Yeah, because they're focused on their last 2 ACC games. Because the ACC is so ass that Pitt has a chance to win the conference.
And go to the playoffs, no matter what.
I don't need to. You think that coach wants to lose people to Notre Dame? Oh, my God.
Send out the scout team.
Oh, my God. Somebody said they're going to come out with that fake fired up. I mean, the Notre Dame stuff is crazy to me because, Their best win is what, USC? That's it. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
and now Pitt. The Pitt coach already told you what time he was on this week. Now, if Pitt turns around and wins, then you fooled me. And good riddance to Notre Dame. But Narduzzi was just like, man, we good, man. We'll put on a cute little show for y'all, but I'm focused on ACC games. I couldn't believe a coach said that at this point in the season out loud.
And they're at game day there.
Right. Stephen Houston said it clearly. He's clearly just like, I just want my kids to get out healthy so we can win the ACC games.
Or he's rope-a-doping.
Or he's rope-a-doping.
Yeah.
But if you're a Pitt, why do you really care about this? Like, other than the notoriety, right? And winning, you want to win. But, like, you're focused on the ACC games. With the way the ACC is lined up right now, it's like them and Georgia Tech after Virginia just lost to Wake Forest. Like, this is... And then Georgia... And I just told y'all, we're the last SEC game for Georgia. And then Georgia has to play Georgia Tech. So, I don't know. As Creed on The Office said, he don't give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah, I just think I have a feeling that they're going to be coming to Austin for the last game of the season. So I think they were like, yeah, we're not going to bring too much Texas down everyone's throat. Which I'd rather them go.
Then go to Bama.
Yeah.
Then go to Bama OU.
Yeah. You're right. Go to Bama OU. Or go to Georgia, Texas, and cover Georgia. Like,
Game day hasn't been to a Texas game. Nah, game day went to Ohio State, I thought.
Probably. I would assume they would. It's like the number one.
Mark me, what are you talking about? I thought they went to Ohio.
Yeah.
I thought game day went to the Texas Ohio State game. Am I tripping? Notre Dame, no conference championship, scheduled 2 to 3 big SEC games. Don't lose 3 games. Easy money year in. And it'll be even easier once the 16 team gets here. Yeah, I thought I could have swore they went to Ohio State. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No worries. All right, Tran. Thanks for coming on, bro. Appreciate you. Everybody, thanks for watching. We gave an extra hour just because it's Georgia week. But if you're watching afterwards, let me know in the comments your thoughts, predictions, key players, key matchups. I think we, as a collective community, tried to cover as much as we could. This was a true fanatic perspective breakdown. And as Tran has brought to my attention, there are other podcasts and stuff now that are
your name off.
that are taking our namesake. So we gotta so for that, since there's other people that are now called fan perspective or whatever it's called, I would appreciate y'all if y'all hit the like button so you can help a brother out. I'll be damned if I get passed by another brother with the same that just ripped my name. that just starts drawing quicker. That's
I swear, last straw. If he gets
absolutely.
If he gets an Asian talking,
if he gets an Asian guy on there, I'm suing him. You will be hearing from my legal team, sir. I ain't trying to knock nobody's hustle, but when they started that new podcast with the same name, hey, I've been here since the Tom Herman days. Absolutely not. No, sir.
We were here in Chuck Strong days.
Bruh. Be damned if somebody out here trying to take my... Anyway, support us so we don't have to have problems like that. That's what I'm saying. So hit the like button. It does a lot. And, yeah. JB! Not the American gangster? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. You can't cut this. No. Man, I was like, man, they got a brother over there that look... It's like they cloned me kind of...
AI Steve?
AI Steve. I was like, what the hell is a nut? Trey, you just, man, I
Yeah,
can't believe I was.
when I saw that, I was like, "What is this whole shit?" That's all I said. And I forwarded it right to you. I was like, "What is this?" Like,
Somebody just started their own fan perspective. If he shows up with an Asian guy, we're
oh
suing.
my god, we are suing.
All right. Y'all hit the like button. Help us out. Horns always up. Hook 'em.